What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's at the Dan Tigna back again for another Scythe news. It's been a long time since we did this, and I thought that may as well actually really catch up on what's been going on with the channel, as well as some things that are going to be coming and being worked on through the pipeline and stuff like that. So I got a bunch of notes here that we will get to presently. First and foremost, I just want to say that for those that haven't actually caught the video where we actually I was talking about slowing down the content. So slowing down the content has actually had, just as I expected, a very positive outlook for the channel. The videos generally are getting a lot more views on average and stuff because less videos means that more people can watch them, right? So I'm really excited about that. I'm really happy that everybody's been enjoying everything. At least that's what it seems like it's going on, right? Now, a couple things that I want to talk about here is, first of all, more Trove. So right now, Trove is probably my most popular series outside of like all the Mario stuff. It's pretty much the only solo series that I'm doing right now, actually, which is quite different for me because, you know, the channel used to focus a lot on all my solo content, and then we started doing multiplayer stuff. Now, multiplayer stuff, when my brother Johnny Captain Napkin and I did our Mario 64 video, which is still at like over 500,000 views, that video alone, like, that pretty much solidified us as our multiplayer personas, and Trove is solidifying me in my own solo persona, you know? So it's like I'm learning just a lot better to take things less seriously with excuse me, how I'm commentating and stuff like that. But that's why I still want to have videos like this where we can actually sit down, have a little talk, and try to figure out what's going on. So more Trove. There's enough views on Trove and there's enough feedback on Trove that I want to actually be able to deliver the content that you fine beautiful people of the internet are requesting, you know? So what I'm experimenting with is I actually have a couple videos I just worked on just before I made this. Patch notes for Trove videos are going to come out every day. They always come out Wednesday because that is after the Tuesday, because Tuesday I take the day to learn the patch and figure out what's everything that's going on with it, and then that's why it usually takes a day before the patch notes come out. So what I'm gonna start doing from now on, if you will have already seen that video today, is I'm going to have the patch notes be a lot more condensed, a lot more focused, where I'm just going to be reading off the patch notes, showing off some of the gameplay elements that I might already have in the game from the patch, and then otherwise that's it. Like they're going to, as I get better at it and faster at reading the patch notes and more efficient, they're going to end up being a lot shorter videos. That way we can have a patch notes video as well as just a normal Trove series. Then beyond that, I actually have a Club World Tour video that I'm working on right now. I already have it all recorded and everything like that. It's about like 20-25 minutes or something like that, I think, anyway. So it's gonna be a longer video that isn't going to be as regular, but ultimately I just want to do stuff like that where I want to have more regular Trove content on the channel, because that's where the party's at, and I am not going to not capitalize, especially when it's a game like Trove where I myself just enjoy it so much. I would love to be doing more content on it, right? So I'm gonna have to figure out different inventive ways to have more Trove content while not doing, like, while doing something different than the series. So I'm gonna be working with a couple of cool ideas and stuff like that. Starbound this week. The last episode is actually coming out this week, ladies and gentlemen. As we played through Starbound, this is already season 4 of us playing through Starbound. Season 1 and 2 was already really happening, really cool. Like, I loved Starbound, and eventually it ended up moving into building and stuff. Then we brought Starbound back for season 3, so it got a lot of the old school subscribers and stuff, like, really into it, and all the fans and everything like that. But generally, it didn't have as much of an impact as I expected it to, especially considering that Starbound just had its recent, like, actual first big update. But it reminds me, like, my brother and I played Terraria before it ended up becoming as big as it did. And I remember that is something that the team always does, is I remember Terraria took forever to actually finish, and honestly it kind of lost its relevancy until it was released on 360 and arcade games and stuff like that. Like, once it was released on consoles, that's when you know a game actually goes big time, because more casual people more casual players own a console than they do PC. It's kind of changing the direction lately nowadays because the new consoles aren't selling as well as PC games because most games are already on PC anyway, but we won't get into that. My point being that Starbound is going to come to an end because there isn't any more content for us to play right now, so it's not that interesting. I'm also not focused on building in Starbound. Like I kind of already did that once before. I don't really want to do it again, even if that's what people would be wanting to. What I came to realize is I want to be able to, and I mentioned this in our last kind of hour-long heart-to-heart video, where I want to focus doing content that I enjoy, and in turn, I think that that will be content that you will all enjoy, you know? So that's one thing. Johnny and I talked about doing a Terraria series, but honestly, we don't really want to get into it right now, so we're not going to end up doing that just yet. Poke MMO. That is a game that I have been planning on doing a series for about a week or two now. I'm hoping to, actually, I just remembered about it. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to have the first episode out maybe by this weekend or at least next week. And what that is, ladies and gentlemen, I talked about that once before, where it is, oh, pardon me, it is just Pokemon Red. So it's got like the 150 Pokemon and stuff, which is all I know about Pokemon. I don't know any of the new ones, and I don't have a 3DS, and it costs a lot to get all the software in order to record a 3DS. So we're just gonna stick with Pokemon Red. Poke MMO is it's just Pokemon Red, but there's other players online. And you can battle them and stuff, but you can't really team up with people. So I don't know if that means that I'm going to necessarily take advantage of the whole online thing and play with other people. Maybe we'll do like some battles or something like that, but ultimately I just kind of have a craving to play through a more hardcore RPG, and I mean, Pokemon's pretty hardcore, right? I mean, as opposed to like all the casual games we were playing. Now, Ort is going to be canceled, actually. That series, the game actually came up with another, like, since their 100th update, they've been coming out with a lot of new content, which is pretty cool, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I'm just not really feeling it. I mean, I could get into many different reasons why this and that and why I want to cancel the series, but ultimately it's just because I'm not feeling it, you know? Like, I'm not really that into the game, and the way I'm starting to see it is it's like, you know, like, Ort was pretty much an expanded upon first look. I never intended it to become an actual full-on series. So I know that the Ort fans are going to be a little bit disappointed about that, and I'm sorry. But that's the other thing too, that's one of the reasons why I'm canceling it too, is because it seemed like generally people over here at Scythe Plays weren't too much into that series as much as the people that were watching it were actually fans of Ort rather than fans of the channel. So a lot of times too, I was getting a lot of heat from the community and stuff like that because I don't know, it's just kind of, I don't know. I'm a more hyperactive type of guy, so games like that don't really work too well with my personality. But anyway, they actually had a recent texture pack update, which changed the game's look completely. It's really, really cool, but still not enough to entice me to play it. I may end up coming back to it once it actually, like, adds a different gameplay element, but as for right now, I just see it as, and I don't mean this against Ort, but it's like, why am I playing Ort when I could be playing Minecraft and just doing builds on that? And then I think, I don't want to be doing builds on that. Minecraft Bros is already enough Minecraft for me. So that's why it's like, just get rid of it, you know? So another thing too that I wanted to talk about, oh, we'll skip over that one. Skip over that one. Mario X, that's right. So in the coming weeks, I think we got maybe 2 or 3 more weeks of the old, the current, I should say, Mario X format, where it's kind of all blurry and stuff like that. So for those that don't know, the way that we have to record Mario X, because it is such an old program, and Bandicam has such a hard time recording older programs that take the, I think it's FFV or FFX or something like that. There's some type of program that opens in the computer that Bandicam has a huge hard time with, so it crashes Mario X all the time. Even when we recorded our own game, like on RPG Maker, I had to use a different method of recording it. I was actually using my streaming software to record that rather than Bandicam. The disadvantage of that is that I can't adjust the levels manually. But through that, I ended up finding out something interesting where we could actually be recording Mario X with OBS. So what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that in a couple weeks, Mario X is going to step up in quality, like hardcore. It's going to be just like it used to be. It's going to be all HD and everything like that. It's not going to be all blurry and ugly and weird frame rate issues and stuff like that. We ended up finally figuring out a way that we can record it as a full-on series, and that's going to be great. Another side project that I want to point out too, as we have lowered the amount of videos that I've been putting up on the channel and stuff, I am still equally just as busy, but it's kind of like a trade-off. So it's like I've found a lot more time, if you may or may not have noticed, I found a lot more time to put some more editing into some of my videos. The Mario Party one especially was just like, wow, that one took a long time, which actually, by the way, I am currently working on episode 2, which is going to be the next board game. Those take me quite a long time. That last one took me maybe an hour or 2 hours to actually fully edit. So yeah, it's really tricky for me, but I do want to keep that level of quality for the Mario Party videos to try and keep that game interesting, because otherwise it's pretty, you know, calm and relaxed as far as the game is concerned. Although this next episode might not have as much cuts or editing as the first one did, just because it was intense, man. Also, a side note as far as editing and stuff like that goes, is this Sunday coming up, I'm going to start the Q&As again. Probably going to experiment with just doing once a month rather than every 2 weeks. So be sure to look forward to that. Also, as we've had more time, beyond editing and stuff, we are actually currently working on some merchandise. So we're actually working on like t-shirts and hats and stuff like that. So that is going to come in the following weeks. Maybe it'll take like a month or two. I don't know. No promises when that's coming. I'm just saying that we're working on it. So then on side notes here, I have another funny montage I have in the pipeline. I have enough suggestions. For those that don't know, if you put like a timestamp on a video and say, I would like to see this in a montage, then I add that to a text document, and then after I get enough footage, then I splice it all together and make it a fan-created funny montage, I guess I should call it, right? So I have enough footage for the next fan montage, but I just haven't found the time to do it yet because I've been very busy with other projects. Yeah, less videos are more. Oh, and the schedule changed too. That's something else that I've been working on for a while. Like I've always had the schedule where I've had videos come out every single day. I think I've only missed maybe 1 or 2 days of uploading. And even then I just uploaded phone videos because it was like my computer crapping out and like the internet dying or stuff like that. I don't know, just things like that generally. One of the things that I've been experimenting with lately is different times. So what's going on now, actually behind the scenes, it's going to take a little bit before it actually kicks in. I think it actually started this week, so we will see what happens. But you will have noticed like a lot of the videos are coming out a lot earlier and at a lot more consistent time schedule. So normally I was experimenting with different times for different days, depending on the traffic as far as the internet is concerned and stuff like that. Not really my thing, not really working out for me because I prefer to have a solid schedule release. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm starting to release most of my content almost every day at 7 a.m. Pacific time anyway. Because especially like on the Trove videos and stuff like that, because I've been getting a lot of people behind the scenes that talk to me and say, like, as we get younger fans, they're talking about how they like watching my videos before they go to school. So I want to try and have all the videos out early enough that that can actually happen. Talked about the Q&A, and you know what? That's actually it as far as all the news is concerned, so it's a bit of a shorter one today. I just wanted to clue everybody in on what's going on. Real life stuff, we've been pretty busy with other things, but that will come up sometime in the future, as well as a couple other projects that we're working on. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I would also want to just say straight up, like really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much, because I mean, seriously, we hit 9,000 subs like it was nothing. We're already at like, what is it, like 9,300 or something within like, it hasn't even been a month yet, and we might already almost be up to 10K. So I'm really hoping that we can have our merchandise set up as a kind of like for a 10,000 subscriber landmark thing. But we'll see what happens, because it's snowballing, man. Like, I don't know what it is about, like, Trove and all the videos and stuff. Like, I think also a lot of it has to do with, like I said last time in my other longer vlog video, where it's like, we've just really been enjoying like all the games we've been playing. And as we've pulled back on the content, it's given me a lot more time to focus on making the content better and like higher energy and crazier and stuff. So it's like, it's still taking me personally a little bit of a time to adjust, because it's like I still sit here and go, wow, I need more episodes of this, I need more episodes of that. But the good thing is that it's not as much of a panic, because I was kind of stressing out before, and now I actually have a lot more time. You may have noticed, like, I've had a lot more time to catch up with comments. Some people that have me on Skype, I've been able to talk with them. So, you know, I'm still generally a very busy individual because, you know, I'm a very active person. So it's been tough for me to keep up with chats and stuff like that. But I still do my best to try and keep up with everybody. So I hope that, you know, people aren't too pulled back by the fact that I haven't been able to talk to some specific people as much lately, as well as some of the series that we're canceling. You know, I'm sorry about that. I am, but the channel is moving in a certain direction that works very well with me. So the biggest notes again is that there's going to be more Trove on the channel. Poke MMO is coming. Starbound is ending this week. Minecraft Bros also, we actually mentioned this in the episode. I think that's gonna go up today if I'm not mistaken. But with Minecraft Bros, we actually have it's on a server now. It's online. It's public. I know that it's a little bit late for that because people kind of were really into our Minecraft videos way back, and then we kind of stopped it for some random reason, and then it kind of just died, and now it's kind of like there isn't that many people still watching it. I mean, there still is, don't get me wrong, but it's like, it's not as much hype as it was the first time. But anyway, I'm just saying that it is a public server now. You may end up getting griefed. So one of the things that I do want to point out in this video, if you don't catch the next Minecraft Bros video, is that if you look down below in the description, you will see my Twitter and other things like that. If you send me a message on Twitter telling me where your coordinates are in the Minecraft Bros server, or I guess the Scythe server, whatever you want to call it. If you give me the coordinates, or just message me any way you can, just give me the coordinates, give me your username, and then I can set up that area so that you can't be griefed, because we've actually had a couple griefers on the server right now. And I mean, you know, you can comment in a YouTube video, but then that means that technically that coordinates is going to be public for a little bit. And I respond to my Twitter, like I check it like daily, as opposed to comments, which I don't actually get to keep up with as often as I would like to, but that's just because it's getting so much, right? So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Love from all of us over here at Team Pixel. If you're a subscriber, you're part of Team Pixel. Really loving what we're doing, and hopefully, you know, you're all going to be around for the years to come. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Sayonara, stay epic, have a fantastic day.